It is Lionel Messi's 100th game, and it's taking on a team that is looking to sweep Argentina in World Cup qualifying. Yes, Venezuela victorious in Puerto La Cruz back in 2011 in the opener. Tonight, they head to the Lion's Den to take on a flea. Argentina, Venezuela. Phil Shane, Ray Hudson, glad you could join us on beIN Sport. It is the group leading Argentina. A victory today, if they can follow it with a win against Bolivia, would all but certainly put them into Brazil 2014 in all but numbers only. For Venezuela, victory sooner or later here today would be oh so sweet.
As you say, Phil, Argentina facing up to a bit of a bogey team for them and looking to serve revenge to the Vino Tinto. Venezuela arrive at this wonderful stadium, and Venezuela packed with their wonderful supporters as well, who've travelled a long way.
A moment of silence following the passing of Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez. And we are underway. Venezuela, especially under Cesar Farias, do not back down against anyone. As you can see on the crawl at the bottom of the screen, the starting lineup for Argentina in numerical order. The way they will play: Sergio Romero in goal, Zabaleta, Fazio, Garay, and Rojo along the back. Gago and Mascherano backing up Montijo in a three-man midfield. Messi, Lavezzi, and Higuain up front. For Venezuela, Dani Hernandez in goal. Vizcarrondo joined by Andres Túñez, a late addition, stepping in for Peroso as he passes a fitness test. Gonzalez and Chichero on the flanks. In the 4-2-3-1, it's Lucena and Rincon backing up Felcher, Arango, and Cejas, and Jose Salomon Rondon, the big man ex of Malaga, up front.
A star-studded Argentina team. The surprising cuisine, of course, is Montijo, who's given a rare start. The Santos man, the only player out there for Argentina that plies his trade still on the South American continent, and a good player that he is. Been in wonderful form for Santos. We'll see what he brings to the big dance. But as always, all eyes will be on the number 10, the captain, Lionel Messi. But the Vino Tinto come in here with their own star-studded players, Phil. They better keep an eye out for Juan Arango. Always reliable, always dependable. The Borussia Mönchengladbach star will be a key component for Gago and the Albiceleste to keep down.
Start of this round, both teams in good position, especially Argentina. Here spinning around the challenge of Vizcarrondo.
Strong football.
Higuain takes it to the left.
Nicely defended as well by Big Osvaldo.
But a poor pass back and a chance for Venezuela. The arm comes out. Mascherano says he got all ball, but the Peruvian referee, Victor Carrillo,
well, he did get all ball, but he comes across the player at neck level right here. It's always going to get called. There's no need to come across him that way. The ball certainly in playing distance for Javier. A fair call.
And Ray, talk about a star-studded team. Absolutely for Argentina, but the days of, as you see, the rain setting in with the bounce on the ball, the days of Venezuela being overwhelmingly outmatched, long gone. Vizcarrondo, in fact, with the long locks, plays his game in Argentina for Lanús. You wouldn't be surprised if there's a few fans maybe sneaking a Vizcarrondo jersey underneath.
Days are long gone now when Venezuela players all stayed at home. Vast majority of these players in the squad earn their living playing in the big leagues in Europe. Always a baseball playing country, or recognised at it, but this Venezuela side has shown some bright performances that they can tango with the best. They're going to have to do it today against the masters of the tango, and Cesar Farias will have his team nicely lined up to try to contain the threat and take their opportunities going forward. But keeping an eye on that number 10 is a different element altogether.
Vizcarrondo clears it away. It'll be a throw-in for Argentina deep. Argentina 20 points, but they can hear the footsteps of Colombia. Colombia used their game in hand to draw within 1. Now Argentina could pull away to 4 again, but those two definitely the class. Ecuador has a bye, so they'll be at 17. Venezuela, if they can get the upset, and believe me, they think they can, could get to 15 and solidify their hold, especially after Uruguay let points drop late against cellar-dwelling Paraguay. Ray, that's one of the things that makes South American World Cup qualifying so enjoyable. Long ball forward, settled by Higuain. Looking to make the turn through Chichiro and cleared. Anyone can beat anyone on any given day. Zabaleta, outstanding for Man City. Some might say even the best on that team. Charging forward, Marcos Rojo. One of the players uncovered by Diego Maradona during his brief stint.
Torn in Manchester City, of course. Kun Aguero missing in action for Argentina.
Injured. Angel Di Maria suspended. He could have been used here today, but that opens the door for Montijo. Former San Lorenzo man. Of course, San Lorenzo making waves for other things of late. Good eye. Speaking of waves, he could probably afford his own ocean if those reports are true. $25 million transfer to Manchester United. Coming just a day or two after Barcelona was rumored to be interested in the former Real man. Rojo shows, Mascherano delivers. Soft touch inside. Rojo blasting it, but he didn't get all of it, and a tricky hop for Hernandez.
A beautiful give and go on the run though, starting to link up nicely here. Give, go, get. The final delivery not into stride for Gonzalo, who was arriving beautifully at that far post. That's where it was intended for.
Taken away by the Vino Tinto. Far side, Cejas. Standard Liège wing can't control. Of course, Venezuela famously the only South American team never to make it to a World Cup against a two-time champion. We're looking to get to their 16th. Lavezzi just missing the train. Poked away though. Down he goes in a tumble. Alex Gonzalez to the inside. Quick pressure, but the veteran Rincon saw it. Speaking of veterans, Franklin Lucena, 32-year-old, 46th appearance. Only one out there that still plays in Venezuela for recently promoted Real Sport. Zabaleta not happy.
Cairo can't believe this either. Take a look, it's clear. It's a proverbial nose on Barbara's face, that one.
Ninth minute. So who do you think Babs would be rooting for tonight? Strong contingent, 5,000 fans ready to sing from
support
Venezuela.
For Venezuela. Amazing over that distance, so many of them. Great ball. Oh,
surfing his way through.
Vizcarrondo. Defended by Vizcarrondo. Osvaldo reading Lionel's imaginative pass. That's tremendous defending by that lad. 28-year-old plays for Lanús. That's quality.
Right. You said something interesting. Not a team with dreams, but a team with ambition. Venezuela beyond the dreaming stage. Into the 6 off the corner, deflected back post. On the turn, the shot from Higuain deflected.
Pass.
Good step up.
Well played.
Gago wanted it back. Messi left, parried away. Hernandez just for safety.
Beautiful parallel run from Lionel, and for most players it would be an impossibility to turn with that much power and accuracy, but Messi turns that corner beautifully. Arrows a 90-degree hit right towards the keeper, and Hernandez nicely positioned and fists that one away.
And on the other side, Zabaleta, maybe a goal-saving tackle if Arango gets that. Venezuela was off to the races. Here they come again. Cejas trying to avoid the offside. The Swiss-based Felcher, one of the Felcher brothers. Now with Grasshopper, just 24. Speaking of players with foreign ties, Zamora Bieta not available. He is injured. Born in Venezuela, but the pride of the Basque country now. Rosales also injured, taking away some trickery.
2 big misses for the Vino Tinto. 2 high-quality, high-octane players, but they're looking pretty sharp in defending the Albiceleste here, and then coming out with their own fangs showing. This good play by Venezuela here in the opening 10 minutes. It has been fearless, it's been really plucky, and they arrive here in front of their travelling crowd with plenty of ambition.
The hip left in. The referee actually lifted the whistle.
Take a look at this from Messi, wriggling past. He's going away from goal, and he still turns and fizzes this one at them with incredible power.
Down again on the other end. Gago paired with Mascherano.
A lot to contain, not just in Messi's magic boots, but in Gonzalo Higuain and of course Ezequiel Lavezzi. Wonderful players in their own right. Higuain started at River Plate, of course, and Estudiantes was there, and San Lorenzo. Lavezzi. Crowd don't like this one. Take a look. He gets pushed off of the ball again. Mascherano with his arms. Silly foul.
Arm over the shoulder, you're just asking.
He can't be complaining with that. I don't understand what the complaint is. He's grabbing onto the player's shoulder. Easy for the referee to make a decision like that. It's actually lazy defending by Mascherano. He does the hard part well, gets to the ball, and he's shepherding it away from the player, but reaching in, getting caught.
Chichiro took a knock. Zabaleta saying he did nothing. Gago stepping over, back in the equation. Oh, head to head.
Venezuela catching Argentina out a little bit in this midfield area, and pushing on, finding their players nicely. Belcha, Lucena, quality players. Thomas Rincon, the Hamburg lad, didn't show up anyway and performed a top notch.
Again with Arango in front, Cejas, a reliable creator. Felcher the wild card, slotting it in, lifting it over, Hernandez. But dangerous play, it appears, as the boot came up close to the keeper's face.
Not so sure it's offside. Easy call.
Raul
Nothing
Lopez,
dangerous about this. It's balls there to be won for him. A beautiful stabbing ball here. Just offside. Good decision by the referee's assistant. Free ball. Unlucky. Beautiful run by Gonzalo.
Headed back to the middle. Lavezzi with the little flip, and the PSG man off to the races.
He likes it here.
Drives against Gonzalez, trying to turn the corner.
Magic.
Into the box. Draws free. The square, but solid hands from Hernandez.
Superlative by Ezequiel here. He loves it in this deep position with a retreating fullback to face. He takes him to task, and then he takes him and has him for breakfast. Beautiful turnaround here, darting past Gonzalez, and can it arrow the ball back to Higuain, who again is lurking beautifully. That's brilliant by Messi. He's
Hooked
getting
away,
pulled back.
Rincon, but he had it hold. They're bringing it all the way back.
This ball is when the infraction is made by the little artful dodger. Pulling, he won't go down. You can pull him, kick him, set fire to his hair. He ain't going down. Messi doesn't dive.
Messi saying these two matches very important. They snuck into that 4th spot to South Africa. They want to get business taken care of early for Brazil. Messi from 40.
Nothing.
Hoping the run would hit the alley. Far side, Chichiro again, held on to it. Túñez saves the day.
Messi pretty much averaging a goal a game across all of the competitions being played in Spain for his beloved Barcelona. And he's been sparking Argentina in his own right. 12 goals in 9 appearances. Never scored more than 6 goals in a year for Argentina before 2012, but he really found a rich vein of goal scoring form. It's a good run. Can it squeeze it through? Good defending from the Vino Tinto again.
Into the area, Hernandez quick off his line.
Yeah, nicely covered again by Osvaldo Vizcarrando. He said his name. Look at the defending from this number 4, tracking his player beautifully. A lovely ball, well controlled.
Onside, Rondon forgot something. Poked away. Zabaleta. Chichiro trying to save it.
Chichiro should have had the ball delivered a lot earlier from Rondon. As soon as he controls it, Chichiro arriving at the edge of that box and wanting the ball delivered more quickly. Cesar Farias looking on. Sabella, his counterpart.
Farias stepping in for Richard Paez, the doctor who got Venezuela launched onto the world scene. In fact, a few World Cups ago, if you would have taken the back half of one qualification, the front half of another, they would have made it. But I think they want to put the abacuses away and try and get a ticket for real. And they might just be ready. They've played as though they're a top 5 or 6 team.
Yep.
Maybe even top 4.
Yep, it's a real good addition. And this is a real acid test for them. Not just this game, but the one following. A brutal test for Venezuela. If they can get a point out of here, it would be enormous.
Only one game since their last qualifier against Ecuador, and that was a defeat against Nigeria in South Florida, in fact. Argentina, pretty good warm-up for Colombia, you might say, and that's one of their arch rivals. So at home, if they can get a point, it'll be a big step. Sliding through Gago, waited well. Early cross, Zabaleta. Vizcarrando just clears the decks.
No, he doesn't. He gets across fair and square on Lavezzi. Again, this big number 4 at the back for Venezuela. Their true rock of Gibraltar. Hasn't put a foot wrong in the 17 minutes here, Phil. He's going to need it all game long, but he is the real orchestrator at the back and having a stormer.
Looking for the run, finding the gap. Messi drives, slapped away Hernandez. Lavezzi onside. Higuain in support, but dropped for Zabaleta, and the fingertip stop.
Good hands by Dani Hernandez. Soft hands. A couple of times he gets tested. First of all with this give, goal, get from Messi, and then he sizzles this, hesitates, and that's good saving. Pats it nicely away, out of danger, doesn't leave it on the welcome mat in front of him, and then the follow-up is smothered. Well played by the the Valladolid man, 6'5" in between the sticks for Venezuela. Doesn't have too many caps.
Only 10
less
coming
than
in.
a dozen, and a 27-year-old showing up bright and not showing any nerves.
Flipped on Rondon. So much talent, but hasn't quite even hit his peak. Threaded through. Rojo covers. Nice combination with good eye. Higuain, the first touch was there, and he's going to hear it.
Oh, that was a little unfortunate. The run behind was beckoning for the ball back from Gonzalo, but he couldn't quite get it. Yard of space, bad giveaway.
Slotted through. Rondon tried to flip it around. Fernandez did enough. See the rain still spitting down a bit, not as heavy as it was. Heavy turf. Out wide. Lavezzi now swinging over to that right side. Now to the left for Rojo.
Typically patient Argentina. Lovely build up, slow and considerate, and then the dagger.
Inside Higuain, the back heel. Lavezzi, Pozzo pops up again, but he's not going to get it.
Again, tremendous defending at the back. I think it's Andres Tunez that comes across to deny Lavezzi. Either way, beautiful football. Slow by Argentina, and then the quick right at the end. The dagger ball provided, beautiful by Higuain for Lavezzi. But tremendous defending again from Venezuela.
World Cup qualifiers, earlier results. If you missed Colombia with a mano against Bolivia.
Nicely.
And Uruguay let 2 points slip away. Higuain drives to the near post. Hernandez might have had it covered. It was Rojo just off target.
In, and Alex Gonzalez it is who is up to the task. Take a look. Alex gets across here, just doing enough to provide the rush on the shot. Beautiful ball play through from Gago. And then this ball here, the back heel is magical. But look at that defending again. Tremendous from Chicharo. That's great defending, Phil. And then the goalkeeper, Hernandez, Danny Boy, comes out to protect him. They're really backing each other up. They're going to need it all 90 minutes long. But so far, Farias's men saying bring it on. Argentina will. What a pass.
Out wide. Now it's Zabaleta. Relentless. Trying for Lavezzi. Cleared away by Tunez.
Well, his lovely combination there, linking up Higuain and Lavezzi, peeling off the defenders. But again, Venezuela's insurance policy paying off. They're reading each other, and then they're providing cover for each other. Can they keep it up for 90 minutes? That's the big question for the Vino Tinto. Oh, lovely.
Nice back heel, strong challenge, strips Messi.
That's clean as a whistle, perfectly timed challenge again.
Venezuela finding it hard to get a handle on the ball, but they've built a wall. Soft touch, Zabaleta. Beautiful touch by Tunez. Venezuelan center back. And a late addition. Now a trip up. A free kick for Argentina.
Well played by Gago. Comes across. Passing, finding each other's targets now. Starting to feel it a bit, Argentina.
Lifted by Rojo. Vizcarando high into the air. Second effort gets it out of the 18. This is Monumental. Haven't played here in nearly a year. Rojo. The cross deflected. Back in June of 2012, they pounded Ecuador 4-0. I have a feeling Sabella hoping the same happens, but Venezuela's been tough. Federico Fernandez, all 6'2", 6'3" of them. Montillo hangs it high, corner of the 6. Bumped into Vizcarrondo
again, seeing this ball and knowing exactly where Federico is, feeling him and allowing that ball to travel on, knowing that there's no chance for Fernandez to make connection. Good look at the youngster, the Getafe man.
Launched by Hernandez. Mascherano trying to win it. Mention it's
beautiful.
River. Mascherano, of course, got his start here.
Great attack.
Lavezzi.
Lovely ball.
Zavaleta in a foot race with Chichero, and he wins the goal kick.
Good. Oh, battle that one. Gabriel Chichero covering nicely, and it just comes off Zabaleta as he goes down. Yeah, good decision by the linesman. Going to have to earn this one.
Fans making some noise.
Right. Going to have to really earn it. The Albi Celesti, and they better keep that back door well and truly bolted with the type of players that this team in the wine-coloured shirts have got. They can be dangerous and they can link it up. They've got a variety of pace, presence in big Salomon Rondon and jackrabbit quickness as well, and then the invention of Arango. So kind of get two altogether stretched out. Argentina so far playing very, very comfortably.
Ray, the other thing is with Arango, any foul near the area, Romero's going to have a problem. But at this point, Venezuela's got to get down there. Past the midway point, less than 20 left in regulation. Mascherano again.
Always likely to hit a killer ball from deep as well, allowing Messi to drop way off here. Of course, is the fact that Lavezzi and Higuain leading the lane.
Covered by Gonzalez, forced to turn though.
Different type of role for Messi here, but given complete and utter freedom in all likelihood. It's well played.
Montillo trying to draw the foul, and he does.
Good calmness about this referee. It's a foul. Question. No yellow card.
Quickly restarted.
Nicely.
Laid back by Gago. Messi wearing that armband.
Nothing there.
Play on. Arango gave a quick look, but possession over as quick as it started.
Wonderful pass from Maché.
Driven into the 6, Hernandez, and saved again by Vizcarrondo.
Different class at the back, Osvaldo. Wonderful, the flying ponytail again comes to the rescue for a certain goal-denying tackle. Slides across beautifully and covers the shot that is headed towards the back of the net, and that is 1-0 for Argentina, rubbed out by the flying ponytail of Vizcarrondo.
That was a kick save. Even David De Gea wouldn't try. Chance.
He's in.
Rondon, but offside.
Very close call. Can it hold his run long enough? Nice ball to find him over the top. It turns Argentina around, and Rondon is in. Ian probing. Nothing hurly-burly about Argentina. Good possession around this area. And again, Messi dropping very deep and then looking to link it up and slip through the net of Venezuela.
Laid through, and he's on! And Higuain is on the board!
Messi! sees him before he gets the ball, sends it with a big bouquet of blue roses. Gonzalo are never going to miss this one. Look at this ball. Messi gets it off deep, gets the ball again, and then the first time ball is perfection into straight. He may as well tie blue and white ribbons around this pass. Look at it. It holds up for Gonzalo to just pick the spot through the legs of the advancing Dani Hernandez. What a ball from Messi. Don't underestimate the pass. The finish is quality, but the ball is split millimeter perfect, Phil. The weight of it, it makes the mind of Higuain up. It makes his mind up. It's literally got an invitation around it. Just put this away.
An invitation with instructions.
Yeah.
Near side, a chance for an equalizer. Felcher shut down by Rojo.
If it was any other player anywhere in that vicinity, it had put it forward into a questioning position. But the perfect delivery is in front of Higuain, that he doesn't have to touch it, control it, lift his head. And when you see it again, people, how early Messi picks the pass out.
Now a chance on the break. Lavezzi starts the motor. Zabaleta finds him, but a bit slow, forced to retreat, and Venezuela comes away. The other point, Ray, they're probing, they're poking, looking for weaknesses on that back line, and the young 20-year-old right back Gonzalez was the one who kept Higuain off. If Messi would have taken another touch, though, Higuain probably would have been caught.
Let me tell you, Argentina were fortunate when we look at it again. You'll see that they got the rub of the green. They got a little bit lucky with the final little bounce ahead of the goal. But once that tiny window of opportunity opened for this genius on the ball, it was good night, Venezuela.
Ball launched long, settled awkwardly, but
they did well. Unbelievable control, this. That's impressive skill. A player barreling into him, he locks his focus on it, still manages to control it. Very well played by the Santos man, Walter Montijo. He'll thank his lucky stars for the setup of this man, the Superman. But when he looks at the replay, Venezuela, a little unfortunate.
Launched to the penalty spot, Vizcarando again. This game is not over. About a quarter hour left in the first, and again, a lot of firepower for Venezuela. Rough challenge by Gonzalez, and the referee's going to his pocket.
Rightfully so. Gonzalez comes in a little too heavy and rash from the back. For a ball, he's always reaching in. It's an easy decision by the referee. It's not a cynical challenge. There's nothing nasty about it. He comes in. Oh, take that back. Comes in with machetes flying, Gonzalez. Well, as you say, Phil, they can't get too overconfident. Albi Celeste for sure. You're going to have to work at this. They had done the work their way through Venezuela for a really beautifully crafted goal.
Another hit on the far side.
And nothing lucky about it. It was all, once they got those, we'll go back and look at it at half-time. You see that little bit of snap, crackle, pop that Messi gets away with in the initial acceptance of a pass way deep, about 40 yards away. But then after that, the needle point passing just opened up Venezuela.
Higuain moves into position. Fernandez pushes to the front line. I mentioned there's firepower for Venezuela, but they cannot afford to give up another goal. Whipped in to the 6. Headed clear for the throw. There has never been a tie between these two. 18 victories for Argentina, and that one back in Puerto La Cruz to start the race for 2014. Messi flashing the red cape to the Vino Tinto. Montiel, brilliant! Zabaleta tries to find the flea.
Brilliant defending from Venezuela again. It's Tunez again that comes across and slams the front door right in Argentina's face. Again, superlative cutting football from the Albiceleste.
Hernandez,
denied by good defending from Tunez.
Venezuelan keeper a bit rattled, actually banged that punt off the back of one of his defenders.
Yeah, kind of trust goalkeeper's feet. See, this one is beautiful ball, finding through that tiny passing lane.
Appealing for a handball would have been a harsh call.
Certainly.
First time these two teams met back in 1967 in the Copa America. Fresh after Venezuela's push into the international game, and it was a 5-1 Argentine win. Of course, Ray, somewhat famously, Alejandro Sabella's first ever game was against Venezuela. No surprise they won. It was only 1-0, but it was in Calcutta. You know who scored the goal? Otamendi, the first goal in the Sabella era.
Well, this goal here today is scored by Gonzalo Higuain, and that's really put him high up on the scoring list in the World Cup qualifiers.
Top of the table, in fact, one more than the man who set him up. Zabaleta.
Uruguay Luis Suarez as well, high up there before this game with 7 apiece, and Suarez getting on the score sheet again. Good play, nice, confident from Romero out of the back. The crowd really thrilling to it. All the star players playing beautifully well, but this game, as you said, Phil, far, far from over, and not a comfortable lead for Argentina yet. It's a
blasted
good ball
inside, and Romero
can just curl around towards big Salomon Rondon. It's a great release, that. Good attacking run.
right at the edge of the area. Gonzalez playing with fire as Higuain takes a tumble. Great Colombia game
by Gonzalez. You know, so he got the capability of keeping up with Higuain, even if he does touch it past him. Good defending by the youngster.
Colombia game, two of those contenders for the Golden Boot also found the net in Radamel Falcao and Teófilo Gutierrez. Impressive performance. Ascad Gorta said Colombia playing better than anyone in South America right now. That might just be showing red to Argentina's bull. Far side, Chichiro. Needed to be better controlled, and Rango knows it. Montiel. Corner San Lorenzo man to Messi. Montiel, the back pass, and Messi was just clocked.
Got to be given. Messi, look at this. So quick, darty with the ball. Rincon, take a look if it is purely intentional. Yeah, he steps right through him right here. He's already running past him. He's not intending to go to the face. It's more the human roadblock, but he certainly intentionally puts his way across Messi's run. And little Leo, of course, only 5'1", and growing. All right, he's growing. Got a nice shiner in the morning.
Something for Thiago to look at. About 30. It's Messi, maybe 35, into the wall. And then cleared by Venezuela. 40th minute approaches. Rondon against three. Actually, Felcher sneaking across. Mascherano saves it. Out for the throw. 8 shots to none.
Played. A little bit better movement from Rondon, and it'll pay dividends. Again, nice, confident play here from Venezuela, but just need that outlet pass. Rondon just a little bit too static. He's such a wonderful big target, but he's got the ability to get free of his defenders and hit those spaces behind the back line. Garay and Fernandez.
You see that's bothering him. They'll take care of it at the half.
Looks good on him.
But he was a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, he's a fighter, all right. Are you kidding? He's pure barrios.
Wide for Chichiro. Look at the pressure from Zabaleta, saying he got ball. Cejas
Plenty of fight left in his team as well. And he'll going back down. Got the feeling, Phil, that Argentina really need this insurance goal if they want to send this crowd home happy, because this Venezuela side, if they can just find that little bit of extra edge up top and those runs of Rondon, Cejas in support, give Federico Fernandez and Garay 1 or 2 problems. They will go again.
Off the deflection. Arango beaten to the ball. Montijo hooked. Playing a different role than Di Maria, but he's doing well at it.
It's intentional again. Franklin Lucena. The brakes applied, and that's cynical, looking not to get a yellow card there perhaps. No challenge for the ball at all, was there?
Fernandez now wide from Gago to Zabaleta. Back in Argentina is Gago, playing for Vélez. Of course, this used to be where his arch rivals were, coming up through Boca. Kind of funny, him and Mascherano, Boca River, Real, and Barca, but now all in the same field, same team. Rojo in, almost perfect for Messi.
Messi, look at this ball, on the run, knifes it out wide. Lovely ball played back in for Leo, and he just cannot adjust his gyroscope quite quickly enough. Wonderful ball picked out over distance again, and lucky for Leo not to catch it beautifully square.
'43rd minute. Mascherano. Will it hold?
Got a lot to do here.
Higuain, edge of the 18, dragging it away was Vizcarando. Hustling through. Montijo showing some fangs. Mascherano covering. Now back to Rojo. From Spartak to Sporting. Rojo back in the national team. The Olays hitting close to double digits. Messi chipped by Higuain. Messi wanted it anyway. Handball in the box and a penalty against Chichiro.
Yeah, clear handball this. Bounces up. The ball fed back to Messi beautifully, and it's a high bouncer. Referee identifying it immediately. Messi would have been onto it. It's an incredible run by Lionel. And here's a return pass. and that's a handball. He plays it with his arm, absolutely intentionally, Cicero, because he knows he's got to take it by the tail, and Messi's just about to pull the trigger. Right there, handball, nailed on penalty.
Maybe inches away from the top of the shoulder, but that was risky. Got that borderline. Probably better just to have tried to wait until he settled, but against Messi that could be fatal as well.
It was such a blatant handball. Sabella's arguing for the red card, and he has a point.
Fourth official, Manuel Garay, giving him some sympathy. One step closer to Diego. It's Messi. Messi roofs, and it's 2-0 Argentina.
There's no sweeter sound from Messi than to hear the roar of love from his countrymen. And they'll be weeping as they applaud him thunderously. He can just sense the pressure on him. Is always there when he wears not just the Albi Celeste, but then they put the armband on him, and then they put the demands of the country on him, and he stands up. Forget the penalty. He's the architect of this opportunity that he created, and it's a dynamite finish. It's a brave attempt from Dani Hernandez. He dives to the left, he guesses right, but the power is perfect. The placement is heavenly. And again, spanks it home with authority.
32 goals now, 2 behind Diego Maradona for third place on the Albi Celestes list. Just 3 back of Hernan Crespo as he continues his pursuit of Batigol.
And we look at it again at half-time, the build-up to the penalty kick. Look out.
Again, almost desperation time, Venezuela.
It's good play again, but look at Rondon being easily wrapped up in cellophane at the back by Argentina's Fernandez and Garay.
Fighting for it, Rondon here, but smart from Zabaleta to win the goal kick.
But when we look at that build-up for the penalty kick, that was obviously a handball. It was all Messi. The run was brave. Right at Venezuela, the give and go, the return ball was a very inviting pass. I'm not too sure if Messi would have got on the end of it, but Cicero felt as if he had to use the old Thierry Henry trick and get his hand in the way. Well, there's no containing him in the end. Altogether, authoritative performance by Argentina up against a brave Venezuela, but they've been undone by Messi magic. First supplying Higuain, and then rifling through for the penalty kick.
With a through, that match following this right here on beIN Sports. We are nearing the final stretch, not quite the final furlong yet, but the thoroughbreds are starting to feel it. Ezequiel Garay could probably afford a few thoroughbreds.
We were talking at half-time about this player, is Gonzalo Higuain, Phil, and the lack of respect he gets both at club level and international level so many of the times. Higuain younger than Lionel Messi, and nowhere near the type of footballer, but just as impressive. The top goal scorer as well, Higuain, in the South American World Cup qualifiers right now. Always shows up, wonderful dispatch man, always inviting with his runs, his energy, his industry, his touch and his ruthlessness. He misses sometimes, for sure, but they still love him. As he had enough to do at the other end, Romero in the Argentina nets really hasn't been tested too much, and we'll see if Cesar Farias has sent out the Vino Tinto with a little bit more daring once they get, because they were opened up by the artful dodger Lionel Messi with touches of pure magic. But other than them, the defence have been holding out well. And at the other end for Venezuela, though, I don't feel as if they've had enough teeth at the top of their head, and the spear of the front of their spear just not been sharp enough. I'd like to see Rondon a lot more mobile and working harder for the inviting passes in. Good player, Rondon. Ruben Kazan, man, he has the ability, but he's been starved of anything.
Lavezzi giving chase. Hernandez out and clears it away. The other one who's been practically invisible is the captain, Juan Fernando Arango.
That's true. You're right, Phil. He's been very much kept in the shadows by this vibrant Argentina midfield. And of course, when you have Messi dropping back into the midfield, along with Gago and Mascherano and Montijo showing up really decently, there's all sorts of problems to contain.
And got to consider this Venezuela team did beat Argentina first time out in this qualifying round.
Good ball by Gago.
Finished 4th in the last Copa America.
Lovely.
Back from Lavezzi. Messi at the 18. Messi spins. Messi chips it, and it's off the chest of Hernandez.
It all started with the lovely little ball from Gago that Messi really appreciates, and the supporting run from Lavezzi to draw the defender away from him. Here Lavezzi plays it back into Messi with eyes in the backs of his head, and there's that goalkeeper again, Dani Hernandez, the Valladolid man, a one-man battleship on the line, keeping the scoreline down. They're all coming in support to Messi, but he always wriggles free.
From the corner to the back post, Higuain was there. They'll swing around and try it again. Venezuela's biggest defeat at the hands of Argentina, coming back in '75. That was the Menotti era with Kempes, Luque, and the like. Launched into the 6, diving header clears. They lost 11-0 in the Copa America of '75. Several world champions on the field, including the legendary Osvaldo Ardiles on that day.
Well, that was the dawn, basically, for Venezuelan football. They've come a long, long way since then. They really have. And as I said earlier, exporting the players overseas, all playing for big clubs now. And still in this fight for Brazil, despite this result here, if it does stand.
Sending it wide, trying to turn it in. Belcher. Looks a little different with the haircut. See what he can do from the corner flag. Up steps Tunis. Tunez. Strong in the air. 26-year-old from Celta. It's Arango. The left foot slapped away. Romero. Almost by intent. A pass off the fists.
They could have claimed it very easily. Not taking any chances. Strangely well played.
Hernandez.
Lovely. Nice football.
Now can they do it across the chalk? Under Savela, it's a different Argentina. A lot more focused on winning the ball in the midfield. Here's Zabaleta.
For Reed. He doesn't mind that either. Good time, sliding tackle, coming across beautifully. Seas diving right across there. Excuse me, Rondon.
3,200 miles separates the capitals of these two countries, but it didn't stop 5,000 Vino Tinto fans from making the trek. A bit
That's
silent
amazing.
now.
That is absolutely incredible, Phil.
One end of the continent to the other.
It is absolutely wonderful support for a country that hasn't got passionate support a lot of the times in football. Baseball takes priority in much of the cases, but for that many to travel that far for supporting Rondon's men. Just fabulous support, truly exceptional.
Ball to the running Chichiro, settles well, but he left the door open for Zavaleta. And he better watch out. He's carrying a yellow for that handball in the box. You might still argue it wasn't, but that's old news. Strong in the back.
Magic again.
Young Rojo, still just 23.
Yep.
They've been looking for a left back in many ways since the days of Sorin. Didn't get off to a great start. It seems to be the choice for Sabella. More comfortable every game. Hanging out to dry on that one, though. Rango wants it. Gonzalez might have something else in mind for Rondon.
It's that type of run that they need, and that is unlucky. Rondon makes the hard, hurtful run. He's nicely shepherded in the end by Federico Fernandez, but that type of run was what was required in the first half, a lot more. Get supplied those types of passes from this midfield of Venezuela, but the midfield needs him to hit those holes in the back of Argentina. Didn't get anything out of it in the end, but again, the threat was much better.
Messi again. Played back through Mascherano, wide for Rojo. Far cry from 2010. Of course, it was even closer than it appeared. Argentina slotted through, but offside against Lavezzi.
Another diamond pass here. Again, the possession is patient and looking very impotent up until right here. And that is very, very close. But what a dagger ball.
He clipped his toenails, he might have been onside. Argentina beating Uruguay on the final match day by a single goal. And that's how they finished above Uruguay in that fourth spot and not in the play-in. Remember, they were close to being forced into a play-in game for South Africa. Venezuela were held in their final match. Many thought it was going to be a relatively easy win. Brazil had already clinched a spot, but
magic.
Chance now again.
Good ball.
Sent wide for Montillo, chipping it up, but deflected enough. You're going to say it went through cleanly for the goal kick. Good play, Gago.
Great ball here. It settles nicely for Montillo. He goes for the expressive hit into the goal, but Higuain again peeling away from his defender beautifully and not getting more service.
Launching it long, Hernandez. The patience to wait.
The amount of runs Gonzalo Higuain makes away from his defenders, time and time and time again, and probably 7 times out of 10 the attempt to find him isn't made, but he keeps on making those runs.
Chance inside, looking to cut into the lead, but shepherded away. Well, if Venezuela had somehow been able to edge an already top of the table Brazil, they could have beaten Uruguay for that final playoff spot and taken on Costa Rica for a ticket to South Africa. Under pressure, Romero, but looks calm and cool.
Well won.
2-0 Argentina. The score holds. That match against Colombia at home becomes very important, though. Gago, wide for Rojo. Launching it almost to Higuain. Chichiro got enough of it. looks wizened. He is wise, but he's only 28. Rifled in and gratefully gathered by Hernandez.
Lovely instinctive smack from the Santos man. Well, I cannot resist this one. Settles up nicely on a golf tee, and he absolutely pulls his driver out, but it's directly at Hernandez. He was hoping for a little bit more height so that he would get that dip over the top of the keeper, but not to be.
It's one of those uncovered by Savela. Still awaiting his first Albiceleste goal. Played in the Super Clásicos against Brazil. You saw that on beIN Sport. And then the friendly against Sweden.
It's a good ball.
A chance. Needed to find Felcher. Settles. Lost underneath him.
Rondon was unlucky not to control that a little cleaner. A beautiful ball from Arango to find him.
Another chance here, loose in the area. Back for Chichero, but he sends it high with his right.
Well played, Venezuela. Again, Arango at the start of it. Sends a searching ball into the box here. And there's a lovely touch with the header. Battles away. And pulls this one out.
This the end result.
Yeah, the early opportunity I thought was even closer for Venezuela. And again, Rondon a lot more lively in this second half as Cejas makes his exit.
Romulo Otero checking in, the 20-year-old out of Caracas, where he plays in his hometown. The midfielder making his national team debut. And all he's got to do is come from 2 down against Argentina. Ray, talk about that last one again. Hopefully we get the chance to see it. If Rondon controls it first time, he could have passed to Felcher, who would have been in one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, a lot more mobile and active now, Rondon. As I said in the first half, that's what they needed. He is a leader, and mobility just lacking in the first half, but they're finding him better now.
Right in front of the referee. That won't make Savela happy.
He gets stranded. It's not his fault, Higuain. It's a good lift of the line of the Vino Tinto. Well, you're going on about that run that they head towards South Africa, Phil, and he just missed out by 2 measly points, and they'll be in this all the way down the line. As you said, you've got another tough battle against Colombia. The way Colombia has been playing, Cesar Farias knows that's going to be another acid test. But I tell you what, Colombia better watch out.
Approaching the hour mark, Higuain breaks in, tucks it into the corner, and it's going to count. 3-0 Argentina.
It's Messi again. It's Messi with his fingerprints all over, and they give him the big hug. The service doesn't get any better from Mercedes-Benz. Absolutely phenomenal, Messi. Again, the run of Higuain is wonderful. The run dictates the pass, and take a look at this split millimeter perfection from Lionel. How does he see this? Look at that run. Arguably offside. Certainly, my opinion, offside. No appeal made. Messi can't help it. Look at this, dancing through, and then he's still running at and pulls out this incredible pass, and what a kiss home. Lays it on the silver altar, and Gonzalo literally kisses it home with his big right foot. And wonderful goal, but it looked offside.
The kid from Brest right now drawing Messi to his chest. 2 assists for his 8th and 9th goals of qualifying. And Ray, we were talking at the half, as you pointed out, half a year younger than Messi. Everyone talks about how much Messi has done in such a short period of time. but they say Higuain hasn't done enough. He's leading South America in qualifying. He's a perennial goal-scoring leader in Spain, and he's just not loved.
He's always battling to win over his critics. Gonzalo, the ex-River Plate man, of course, and wonderful run. And what about Messi with that incredible peel away from two defenders to get that space, and then the acceleration away from those two players, and then on the run to pick a diamond pass out like that, Phil. That's why he's the greatest footballer player on planet Earth. I've been saying it for so long. It's his greatest underrated attribute, his passing. They talk about the statistics of his goal scoring at the international level and the club level for his Barcelona, but his passes are out of the book of genius, and it undervalues him.
In many ways, you could say the same about Maradona. People talk about the dribbling and the goals, but the way he was able to set up the likes of Caniggia and Batistuta and Crespo later, but Messi, in many ways, you think about players that rely on speed. What are they going to do when they slow down? With Messi, he's still got the vision and the touch. He might be more dangerous.
Well, good performance. Is it Gago that's coming out?
Ever Banega, who replaced him at Boca, and at Valencia to a point.
Smiling face, had a good game. Gago winning good battles as well, covering the ground. Messi loves playing alongside Gago. He said it publicly. It's his type of player, the ex-Boca Juniors man.
Ever Banega can play that role, but as we've seen, also very good pushing forward into a playmaker himself, as though Venezuela needed another one of those for the opposition. Banega, Zabaleta tries to drive through off the deflection. On the turn, Rondon, a long way to go.
Magic.
Jose Rondon, and the touch over the bar. A golden opportunity, Otero, in his debut.
Well, it's outstanding play by Salomon Rondon. They cannot keep up with him, but look at this wonderful disguise. Drops the shoulder, and then this magisterial pullback from Otero. Should have been put away. Here's another look at the goal. Messi leaves his defenders in acid again, and look at this pass from the bird's nest view. Astonishing. Sees his run, he lays it, curls it around, sends it invitingly. Again, it's perfect passing. It doesn't need controlling, just needs kissing home. Unlucky at the other end, though. Truly unlucky. Otero missing a gilt-edged chance. Fabulously created by Rondon.
Ray, talk about how young Messi is. Ever Banega even younger. Angel Di Maria younger. Backline Rojo and Fernandez. I mean, we're seeing a potential dynasty. Everyone's saying he's got to win one. And I hate to count the World Cup chickens, but if they figure out how to win one, it might not be the last. Rondon again gets the edge on Zabaleta, holds him off.
Again, tremendous pace, hard, hurtful runs by Salomon. Missing in action the first half. The second half has been a different proposition. This is more like it. Great dexterity of his feet, big lad, the Ruben Kazan hitman, a handful.
Mascherano, so dangerous. Arango launches it, lofts it more likely. Túñez couldn't get it. Passing it into their own area. Mascherano just plays it safely. Again, it's still difficult for Venezuela on Tuesday. They'll have the nightcap against Colombia. Next round coming in June. It's Bolivia, but it's in La Paz. And then at home against an Uruguay squad that might just be desperately needing a victory at that point.
Yeah, tough road. Tough road for Venezuela. They've got themselves in the fight, right in the middle, in the meat of that race. Oh, it's not beyond them at all. But as you say, Phil, we're up against the creme de la creme in a lot of ways, and teams that are really hungry. Next up, Colombia.
Of course, Argentina's next game in La Paz, which has been a disastrous place at times. Lunging tackle, but Higuain does well. It'll be a throw-in for Venezuela.
Not as much a tackle as a clearance. A poor ball played into Higuain.
Hernandez, brave.
Confident.
Out wide, Vizcarrando. He'll settle for the throw. After the match in La Paz in June, a mouth-watering showdown. They say already it will be in Rosario. Kind of wonder if that's maybe to give Lionel Messi a bit more incentive as Falcao and Colombia come to town, and then on the road at Atahualpa to take on Ecuador. So again, not easy for Argentina either. The frustration building, biting his lip a bit. The youngster's debut. A lot to ask at the age of 20. Midway through the second half, almost like clockwork, the 29th, 45th, and 59th. Victor Carrillo with emphasis.
Yeah, giving his whistle a workout there.
Give Argentina credit. Sometimes you almost expect it, but this is the team that finished 4th in the last Copa America. Starting to show some signs of life. Zabaleta, good play Rondon. Now Otero. One touch too many. Strong step in Banega. Messi harassed by Chichiro. The centennial game. He's been involved in all three, setting up the first and third and scoring the middle from the spot. Said he'd love to meet the Pope. If he keeps this up, they might even get a chance to exchange jerseys. Throw in for Venezuela. Chichiro couldn't bring it down. Ray, another sign of things have changed since 2010. In the qualifying for South Africa, Uruguay finished 5th for that play-in spot with 24 points. If this score holds, Argentina would have 23 with 6 games remaining. Into the center, Banega. Taking the pot off the fire just a bit. Mascherano. Looking for Messi. His Barca mate. Chichiro. The announced defender. Upended. Quickly in. Arango trying to build the pace, but the young Otero had his pocket picked. 20 minutes remain. And maybe prophetic from the band in the stands. And again, maybe a bit early. Messi Eludes one tackle, hops over Vizcarrando. Poor touch Montilla. Mascherano almost wins it back. Far side Gonzalez. Rincon. Rincon said he would be eating the heels of Messi in this match. Well, might have given him a black eye, but he's been eating dust. Lavezzi a little quieter in the second half, more support role. Higuain's been drawing the spotlight.
Been a wonderful understanding threaded through this Argentina team, and Sabella's got to be extremely pleased. So strong at the back, and midfield's been beautifully balanced. The magic man has been unsung and inspiring his crowd, and of course Gonzalo and the hard working Lavezzi have been in wonderful support. Mache pulling the strings beautifully, all the pieces in the jigsaw for the Albiceleste falling beautifully into place.
Higuain on a hat trick if he can get it. And again, you talk about it, you know there's players still fighting with a 3-0 lead for a throw-in. There are players in a battle for a golden boot who would be looking for goal themselves. Messi just sets up Higuain with 2.
As a gentleman covering his mouth when he coughs.
A famous 60 Minutes interview, Messi just basically saying he just wants to go out, have fun, and win. And he does that more than most.
Yeah. The piranhas here.
That black eye, piranhas might even be scared. Here's Chichiro wide. Needed a better service. Rondon with the defender on his back. Never had a chance. Banega. Messi. Zabaleta. Might even have the Russia 2018 World Cup in his future. Zabaleta. Wonderful shape. Banega opens up. Hernandez spots him. Strong run Lavezzi, instead Higuain. Banega. Never one to shy away. Messi.
Mascherano knows how to find him.
With
Good
backspin.
ball.
Caressed by Higuain. Zabaleta. Game of keep away with Banega.
Yeah. The Serbia-Montenegro game back in 06 World Cup where they were playing like this. 36 passes before they hit the back of the net, Argentina. They can do it that way. Death by 1,000 passes.
Guarantee you Esteban Cambiaso's enjoying this one as well. 75th minute. Blind pass to Messi. Laid off nicely. The shot sails high. Why not have a go?
Yeah. Learn his place a little bit. Don't do that. Don't rush it that way. He's disappointed with himself. Walter Montillo.
And this
construction again for Argentina's approach. They don't mind keeping it for another dozen passes before attempting to strike towards goal, but it's usually not more accurate than that, as a wonderful Juan Arango leaves. Not one of his great performances, but certainly pulled out some beautiful passes over distance.
Cesar Gonzalez will check in. Right, not really throwing in the towel. I think if anything, bowing to the reality, he'll have more impact against Colombia.
Yeah, well said, Phil. And how much of a difference would the Athletic Bilbao man Fernando Amabieta have as well? in this team, a high quality footballer, would have lent something to them, that's for sure. And of course the other missing in action is Roberto Rosales, as you said. Two pedigree footballers that will be back. I'm not so sure if they'll be back against Colombia.
Montero, sweet, but so worried about the move, he dribbles it out of play. Unless you're supposed to disappear, he was headed in the right direction. The yellow for delay. Cesar Gonzalez, the 30-year-old veteran, his 49th appearance, hoping Colombia would be 50.
Mascherano, wonderful there again.
Strong from Lavezzi, he'll get it. Akil might have been there, maybe not, the defense came.
Not on the score sheet or being involved in the goals, Lavezzi, but you know, he's had a real decent game. Lovely movement from him, and he's been heavily involved in several great opportunities for Argentina in a threatening way. Dynamic player.
Ray, what was that Bill Shankly line? Only 2 or 3 maestros and a few guys to move it. That is one of the situations when you get an Aguero out there, perhaps.
Carlos Tevez, and they are piano carriers, that's for sure. It's a question for Sabella to finish the job and find places for these players, but almost impossible when you've got the world-class quality that Argentina have up front.
Touched inside to Messi.
Brilliant.
Threaded.
Superb.
Lavezzi wide. Back for Messi! He somersaults in midair, but can't turn it to goal.
Lavezzi magical on the give, go and get with Messi, and then Leo tries to contort himself. Beautiful ball.
Let's try it again, but poked away by the youngster Gonzalez.
Unless Messi absolutely, literally turns himself inside out, which wouldn't be a pretty sight. Look at this attempt to get the ball. Scorpion kick. Well, it was a wonderful effort to put the finishing touch, but some things are even impossible for Leo.
Right, here's another forward we haven't been talking about, but who has been in fine form. Rodrigo Palacio getting set to check in, the divine rat tail. Another complimentary forward. Sabella knows that anyone who gets in the way of Messi might not be the best.
No, you're so right, Phil. This lad coming in has been in tremendous form for Inter Milan, and a wonderful player in his own right, a truly talented, high-quality footballer.
Wide for Chichiro. Too hard on the cutback. Banega. Zabaleta. Intercepted. Good cover on the retreat by Chichiro. Bundled over, play on, says Carrillo.
If one from Lavezzi.
Now Messi. Eludes the challenge of Tunez. Runs past Rondon, who's playing defense. Just can't sneak it through the eye of the needle. Another sub, the final one, getting set for Venezuela, and it's Miku. Nico Fedor checking in, but first it's going to be Higuain, who will exit with 2 goals to his name.
Wonderful applause for Gonzalo as he makes his exit after dynamiting Venezuela. 2 wonderful goals, both little dagger touches, but instinctively knowing the geometry of the penalty box, in his wonderful timing in this knowledgeable country, tips its big hat to Higuain's 2-goal performance.
Higuain topping the table with 9 goals now. Miku waiting for his turn to enter. 10 minutes remain.
nicely
Ready
again.
through.
Good play.
Gonzalez, it's loose.
Oh.
Otero denied.
Again.
Beautiful stop by Romero.
What Otero. His right foot again, letting himself down so badly after a brilliant invention from Salomon Rondon. Take a look again. Nice ball to find Rondon. Now look at this. Beautiful quickness. The pass back is tremendous. He could have had a play to Payet before pulling the trigger. He hits it first time. It's a rash finish. Poor guy. Poor Otero. You've got to feel sorry for him, Phil. 2 horrific misses.
Romero, his brother, former college basketball player. That time had to get down rather than up. Romero makes the stop. And Otero on his debut could have scored 2 against Argentina. I guess it's just like those fishing tails, the ones that got away.
Yeah, I'm sure that Cesar Farias will be thinking about fishing tails when he gets him in the locker room.
Maybe the hook. Gonzalez. Goal kick.
Credit Otero for arriving late in support of Rondon, knowing that the big guy can find him.
Good call, Mascherano just scraping it over the boots, and Gonzalez, he's going to be a special one. Just 20, he's already got a dozen caps and playing in Switzerland. But will he blossom in time for Brazil? Looks like Miku has come in. Is it for Rondon? Current Celtic, former Getafe man. Gonzalez bumped by Lavezzi, who bumps right back. "18 straight games with a goal in La Liga for Messi, and on his 100th game for Argentina, he nets and sets up 2 more.
This under the pressure of the world, where every time he steps onto the field, the eyes of the world are watching, and the hearts of his country are put in his hands, and he always lives up to it.
Palacio tried to elude the challenge but couldn't.
Good tackle.
31 years of age, might be his last chance for a World Cup. Lavezzi, in his 22nd cap, did the hard work filling in for the injured Agüero.
Top applause again for the Paris Saint-Germain man. Full smiles. Hard worker. Way more than industry though. Quickness and bravery inside of the box and celebrating what looks like a certain victory for his team.
Maxi Rodriguez replacing Pocho. Launching it in, Messi from the corner. Maxi almost seems like not just a different era, but a different encyclopedia. But still loaded with talent. Another yellow card coming out against Miku. Maxi, 32 years of age and back in Argentina, where Messi started at Newell's. At 30 on an angle, Messi, Palacio to the center, and Vizcarando clears. Otero, Banega, Venezuela ball. And Cesar Gonzalez seemed a bit surprised by the call. Under pressure. Of course, as we head towards Brazil 2014, you know, Brazil trying to erase the memories of 1950. The Maracanazo, well, now there's only one. Uruguay's backup keeper on the day, Aníbal Paz, passing away at the age of 96. So only the goal scorer, Alcides Guixia, still alive from that great Charrúa side. And those ghosts still haunting Maracaná, even if it's been torn down and rebuilt. Dummied, blasted, but off target. No chance for Rincon. In many ways, remember that Venezuela game to start out qualifying back in 2011. People were already calling for Sabella to be dismissed. I mean, that was embarrassing in Argentine minds. Since then, and again, if they hold on here, which is all but certain, they will have won 6 and drawn just 2.
Well, it's certainly looking good for Argentina to book their place to an 11th consecutive World Cup. That's the way to do it. He had in every competition except 1934, 38, which they withdrew from, and failed to qualify in 1970.
16 out of 19, pretty good average. Venezuela would take it, still looking for their first. Maxi rolling it back. Got to be a special treat for him. '88th minute underway.
Well, certainly a bridge too far here tonight for Venezuela. Going back to the homeland in front of their own rabid fans, they'll get a great reception. They put a good fight up tonight for long periods in the first half, and let's remember, Phil, that the undoing of them was down to the greatest football player arguably the game's ever seen.
Nice play by Hernandez.
No question about the fact that it took something special to open up Venezuela, and they caught Messi in one of those magical nights as the flag goes up. But catching Messi like that in the form that he's been showing here, and everybody else for Argentina in full support of him, just too much for Cesar Farias's men. His charges were wound up nicely, but just not enough in the locker room. They showed up better in the second half, and that's going to buy them as they take on Los Cafeteros back in Venezuela.
Ray, you talk about how much of Venezuela is still baseball country. That match is going to be played at the Cachamay. Guarantee you it will be jam-packed with soccer fans. To the number 11 of Maxi Rodriguez. Over a decade ago, made his debut in a friendly against Japan and scored on his debut. Doing well with Newell's. Maybe just dreaming of a return to the World Cup. Gonzalez, dispossessed, won it back with a foul. Does it look like the pressure weighs on his shoulders? Does he hide it well?
Wears pressure like a Cartier diamond made of sledgehammers. Nothing weighs him down.
Maxi trying to catch up. Goes through Chichiro. 90th minute all but done.
As long as he's getting a great support of his teammates, Messi will always rise to any occasion. But why they call it a team game, Phil. He's the inspiration, but he needs his teammates as much as they need him. And it's not just around him, in the attacking prowess. Argentina's defence has been a questionable Achilles heel. Let's be honest, Venezuela's found their way through a couple of times, and poor Otero, it's a sad man that wasn't able to convert, but there's still question marks towards Argentina as being the World Cup favourite. There's a lot of great contenders. I think it'll be a very open, and Europe come in with big guns as well, the way Germany's playing and Italy looking reborn.
Right, as you talk about, almost like Barcelona for Messi, chipping it in, and Zabaleta there to clear. They've had a hard time. Only one of their last 4 games have ended in a shutout for the opposition. That was against a plummeting Uruguay. So even if it is at home, I think Sabella is going to be pleased with both halves of the scoreboard. The 3 on one side and the 0 on the other.
Well, there's a chance here to put that in the garbage can, what you've just said. This is a great opportunity for them to get something.
And we've seen World Cup spots decided by the margin of a simple goal. Remember, that is a tiebreaker.
A difficult angle, this one, and no one Arango to steer this one home. Takes something good to beat Romero, the Sampdoria man. Usually jungle cat quick on his line. Wall will be brave. Says a Gonzalez, it looks, wants a pop at this.
Colombia missed out on the World Cup in 02 by a single goal. Otero behind. Driven into the wall by Miku and grabbed by Romero. And that's going to do it. The final whistle from Victor Carrillo. Argentina comfortably with a 3-0 win.
Yep, authoritative display by Sabella's men. And the jewel in the crown is Lionel Messi, architect-in-chief, antagonist, and finally the executioner. Wonderful support all around him. Complete team performance by Argentina. Brave Venezuela early on in the first half. Better Venezuela in the second half. Will carry the true fate back home for the Vino Tinto. But hats off to you-know-who.
His 100th game, and Lionel Messi invites Buenos Aires and Argentina to enjoy it with him. Setting up the first to Higuain in the 29th. Creating and then scoring from the penalty in the 45th, and then a brilliant ball to Higuain for the capper in the 59th. That will do it for this match, but more coming your way. The War of the Pacific as CONMEBOL qualifying continues on beIN Sport.